My mother was the Queen for a very long time. And although you kind of know that this might happen, you don't really think about it very much. Not least of all because the monarchy is about continuity.
Breaking royal protocol is like playing nuclear chess with family dynamics. In a scene fit for Hollywood, Princess Anne orchestrated a secret royal summit that could shatter tradition. Tensions had been building behind closed doors. And now at Sandringham, whispers cut through history as royals held their breath. Who would be crowned the next Princess Royal? And how would Meghan react to being dramatically sidelined? Join us as we find out what news Princess Anne and Charlotte dropped on Meghan that has left the UK in shock. Shocking title transfer. Princess Anne made a decision that would leave a lasting mark on the British royal family. This wasn't just another routine family gathering, it was something far more significant. The meeting took place at Sandringham House, a place where royal secrets had passed through generations. King Charles III, Queen Consort Camilla, Prince William, and Catherine were all there, expecting a normal get-together. But they had no idea that Princess Anne was about to make an announcement that would change everything. With her usual straightforwardness, Princess Anne spoke with calm authority, her words carrying the weight of her years of royal duty. She reflected on her role as the Princess Royal, a title that had existed since the year 1642. It wasn't just a fancy name, it symbolized a lifetime of service to the crown and the country. She told the room it was time to plan for the future. And then came the moment no one would forget. She was passing the prestigious title to Princess Charlotte, the 9-year-old daughter of Prince William and Catherine. Charlotte sat beside her mother, listening carefully. When Anne finished, the young princess reportedly smiled and gave a polite curtsy, showing she understood how important the moment was. This wasn't just a title change. It was a strategic move that reflected the monarchy's evolving nature. Anne explained that the title of Princess Royal isn't automatically inherited. The reigning monarch must grant it, and once given, it lasts for life. Charlotte wasn't chosen at random. Anne saw something special in her great niece. The young princess had already shown grace and maturity in public, especially during Queen Elizabeth's funeral, where she carried herself with remarkable poise. Not everyone was pleased with the decision. Meghan Markle was reportedly emotional, with sources saying she was seen wiping away tears. Prince Harry, noticing the tension, quietly tried to comfort her. When Meghan questioned Anne's decision, the princess didn't hesitate to explain. The title required someone close to the crown with a deep commitment to serving the United Kingdom. It wasn't about personal feelings. It was about stability and practicality. Anne's choice of Charlotte was also part of a bigger plan. By choosing a young royal who was firmly in the line of succession, she was helping secure the monarchy's future. Charlotte represented a new generation, rooted in tradition but prepared to evolve. The decision also raised some eyebrows. Lady Louise Windsor, daughter of Prince Edward, was passed over, while Lilibet Diana, Harry and Meghan's daughter, wasn't even considered. As part of this transition, Anne had agreed to guide Charlotte, preparing her for the official confirmation of the title in the coming years. It was a strategic move, ensuring that the royal legacy continued without disruption. How did the tradition of the Princess Royal first begin? What long-forgotten royal secrets and past controversies shaped this title that has lasted for centuries? Legacy of traditional origins. Long before smartphones, social media, and instant messaging, royal families had their own strict ways of keeping track of their lineage. The Princess Royal title was like an exclusive club with tough membership rules. To understand its origins, it's necessary to go back to the year 1642, a time when England was a very different place. King Charles I wasn't just ruling. He was creating a legacy that would last for centuries by introducing the Princess Royal title. This wasn't a random decision. He took inspiration from the French royal court, where the king's eldest daughter was given the title Madame Royale. Seeing its prestige, Charles decided to bring the concept to Britain, making it a royal tradition. But this wasn't a birthright. The title wasn't automatically given to a princess. It was more like an exclusive honor that the ruling monarch personally awarded. It was similar to a royal scholarship that only a select few could receive. In almost 400 years, only 7 women have held this title, fewer than the number of people who have walked on the moon. It wasn't just about having a fancy title. It came with real responsibility. The rules surrounding it were strict. The title didn't automatically go to the eldest daughter, and in some cases, it skipped generations entirely. If the monarch didn't believe someone was fit for the role, it simply wasn't given. It was like a lifetime royal job interview with no guaranteed offer. For years, royal historians and experts have debated its true significance. Some see it as a symbolic tradition, while others believe it reflects true dedication to royal duty. What does it take to become the Princess Royal? It isn't just about wearing a tiara. The role requires dignity, grace, and a deep commitment to serving the public. Princess Anne, the current Princess Royal, has been the perfect example of what this title represents. Since 1987, she has shown dedication, hard work, and grace while serving the royal family. This title comes with more than just official duties. It is about being a strong representative of the monarchy, connecting with the public, and finding the right balance between being seen and maintaining royal privacy. Despite all the changes in British society, the title has remained a constant. It has lasted through the Industrial Revolution, World Wars, the rise of television, and the digital age. Each Princess Royal has left her own unique mark. Some have focused on diplomacy, others on charity work, sports, or important causes. The role has never been just about wearing a crown. It has always been about making a real impact. Now, with Princess Charlotte expected to take on the title one day, the tradition seems set to continue. Which Princess Royal transformed this centuries-old title into a symbol of hard work and dedication? The Princess Royal. On August 15, 1950, a baby girl was born who would change what it meant to be a royal. Princess Anne Elizabeth Alice Louise arrived as the second child and only daughter of Queen Elizabeth II and Prince Philip. And right from the start, she stood out. Growing up in the royal family came with challenges. The 1950s and 60s brought major changes to Britain, and the monarchy was struggling to stay relevant in a rapidly shifting world. Anne found herself at the heart of this transformation. She was not the typical princess. While many might have embraced a life of glamour and grand events, Anne was different. She was determined to work. Her straightforward attitude became her signature, and her parents saw something rare in her: independence, resilience, and a work ethic that put most to shame. Even as a child, Anne threw herself into royal duties. She was not just a guest at events, she fully engaged in them. While most teenagers focused on friendships and social life, she was right beside her parents, learning the ropes of public service. Her passion for sports, especially horse riding, set her apart. She was not just a royale who enjoyed horseback riding, she was a skilled equestrian. She competed at a professional level, even representing Great Britain in international events. By the time she was officially given the title of Princess Royal in 1987, she had already made a name for herself. Her charity work spanned across continents, supporting causes ranging from medical research to children's welfare. The numbers speak for themselves. In 2022 alone, Anne completed more than 200 official engagements, more than any other senior royal. While some choose to slow down, she only worked harder. Her approach to royal service was clear and practical. No unnecessary speeches, no distractions, just dedicated work. She became widely respected for her efficiency, earning admiration from military personnel, charity workers, and everyday people alike. Her role within the changing monarchy was complicated. She knew that traditions had to be respected, but she also understood that adapting to modern times was necessary. Balancing both was not easy, but she handled it with incredible skill. King Charles III's plan for a smaller, more efficient royal family perfectly matched the way Anne had been working for decades. She had embraced this approach long before it became official. But her work was never just about duty. Anne brought warmth and sincerity to everything she did. When she visited hospitals, schools, and military bases, it was not just for the cameras. She made real connections with people. From competing at the Olympic level in equestrian sports to supporting charities worldwide, from challenging outdated royal traditions to becoming a symbol of tireless service, she redefined what it meant to be a modern royal.
Be your trademark in all your coming events, and may you go on to bigger and better victories, and we hope a gold medal in the Olympic Games.
But who could ever step into Anne's shoes and carry on her incredible legacy? The making of a future princess. While most 9-year-old girls are busy with school and playground fun, Princess Charlotte is quietly stepping into a world of royal duty. Her future isn't just about wearing a tiara, it's about learning what it means to serve. Her parents, Prince William and Catherine, are raising her with a mix of tradition and everyday life. They want her to understand royal responsibilities while staying grounded. Their goal is simple: teach Charlotte to be both a princess and a person. At Windsor Castle, something unexpected happened during a family meeting. As senior royals planned a charity event, Charlotte suggested adding a children's storytelling corner. It was a small idea, but it showed her creativity and natural sense of engagement. Princess Anne took notice. She saw something special in her young great-niece, not just charm, but intelligence, curiosity, and a rare ability to read a room. During Queen Elizabeth's funeral, Charlotte's composure stood out. While other children might have been overwhelmed, she calmly explained the significance of the monarch's crown to her brother George. It was a quiet moment, but it revealed a depth of understanding beyond her years. William and Catherine have been thoughtful about her upbringing. Their home isn't just a palace, it's a place of learning. Afternoons are filled with baking, gardening, and outdoor adventures. These aren't just hobbies, they're lessons in creativity, responsibility, and connection. Charlotte's education goes beyond school. She's learning about giving back through hands-on experiences like helping with local food drives. Her parents want her to see that privilege comes with responsibility. Her public appearances also tell a story. At events like Trooping the Color, she does more than wave. She communicates. Her confidence and understanding of royal traditions suggest she's absorbing lessons most adults would struggle to master. Behind the scenes, she's getting a special kind of guidance. Princess Anne herself is mentoring Charlotte, teaching her the art of conversation, how to engage with people, and even how to leave a conversation with grace. Observers have pointed out the similarities between Charlotte and Anne, not just in looks, but in personality. She has a directness, a sharp wit, and a quiet confidence that reminds many of her great-aunt. The royal family is evolving. King Charles III's vision of a smaller, more efficient monarchy means fewer working royals, but stronger, more meaningful roles. Charlotte represents this shift: substance over spectacle, quality over quantity. Her future isn't just about being a princess. It's about becoming a leader, a communicator, and a key part of an institution that continues to change. She's learning how to balance tradition with the modern world. William and Catherine aren't just raising a royal, they're shaping a future leader who understands that true service matters more than status. Who else might be quietly waiting for a chance to step into the royal spotlight? Could other young royals stand out and change the path that seems to be leading Charlotte toward a bigger role? Royal Inheritance Battle. The race for royal titles isn't a simple game where everyone gets a turn. It's more like a complex puzzle, where every piece has to fit just right, and not everyone gets a place in the final picture. Lady Louise Windsor has stayed out of the spotlight, but that doesn't mean she isn't a strong contender. As the daughter of Prince Edward and Sophie, she doesn't fit the glamorous Hollywood-style image of a royal princess. She carries herself with quiet elegance and bears a striking resemblance to her grandmother, Queen Elizabeth II. Horses are more than just a pastime for Louise. They're part of her family's history. During the Windsor Horse Show, she honored her late grandfather, Prince Philip, by driving a carriage he once owned. It was a simple act, but it spoke volumes about how deeply she values tradition and legacy. Unlike some young royals who thrive in the limelight, Louise prefers to keep things low-key. She's known for her kindness and quiet confidence, qualities that remind many of the late Queen. Her love for horses and her graceful demeanor have made her an intriguing figure in discussions about royal titles. Then there's Lilibet Diana Mountbatten Windsor, a name with its own powerful history. Named after Queen Elizabeth's childhood nickname and her grandmother, Princess Diana, Lilibet represents a unique blend of royal tradition and modern family ties. But her situation is complicated. Her parents, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, have chosen a life outside of the royal bubble. They live in California, far from the customs and expectations of the British monarchy. This distance, both physical and personal, makes Lilibet's royal future unclear. Harry and Meghan have expressed a desire for their children to remain connected to their royal heritage. At the same time, they have also been firm about wanting a different kind of upbringing for Archie and Lilibet, one that doesn't come with the weight of royal expectations. The royal family's changing structure adds another layer of uncertainty. King Charles III has focused on creating a smaller, more streamlined monarchy, with only the closest members of the family taking on official roles. This shift makes it harder to see where Lilibet might fit in. There's an ongoing debate within royal circles. Some believe in maintaining family ties, while others argue that the practical side of royal duty must come first. Even Lilibet's name carries meaning. Chosen to honor both Queen Elizabeth and Princess Diana, it's a link to the past. But having a meaningful name doesn't guarantee a royal title or role. For Louise and Lilibet, the future is still uncertain. Will they take on bigger roles within the monarchy, or will they create their own paths outside of royal traditions? The royal family has always evolved with the times. From Queen Elizabeth's reign to King Charles III's vision, change has been constant. The stories of Louise and Lilibet are just the latest in this long history. But what deep, dark family secrets lurk beneath the royal family's polished surface? Could the tensions between Harry, Meghan, and the rest of the royals tear the monarchy apart? A family divided. The British royal family always looks flawless in photos. Coordinated outfits, perfect waves, and polished smiles. But behind those carefully managed images is a deep family divide that could rival any dramatic soap opera. The breaking point came in the year 2020. Prince Harry and Meghan Markle made a decision that shook the foundations of the monarchy. They stepped away from official royal duties. Moving to California wasn't just about changing locations. It was a choice to break free from an institution that had defined their lives. Harry, born into one of the world's most traditional families, was walking a different path. Meghan's experience brought another layer to the story. As someone who married into royalty from the outside, she saw things differently. Her perspective shed light on issues within the royal system that had been ignored for generations. Their interview with Oprah Winfrey sent shockwaves around the world. They spoke about racism, struggles with mental health, and feeling unsupported by the royal institution. These weren't just complaints. They were serious claims that challenged the monarchy's carefully protected image.
So we have in tandem the conversation of he won't be given security, he's not going to be given a title, and also concerns and conversations about how dark his skin might be when he's born.
For Harry and Meghan, this was personal. They wanted something different for their children, Archie and Lilibet. They envisioned a life where royal status didn't mean relentless public scrutiny. King Charles III faced a unique challenge: how to balance tradition with the realities of a changing world. His approach was to narrow the focus of the monarchy, centering on key family members in the direct line of succession. This meant that Harry, Meghan, and their children were placed on the outer edges of the royal circle. The message was polite but clear. They were no longer at the heart of the royal story. Harry and Meghan wanted understanding and acknowledgement. The royal institution prioritized stability and tradition. Their children became a symbol of these tensions. Archie and Lilibet represented a new kind of royal, mixed race, raised between two continents, challenging the old royal narratives. Would they be fully embraced? Would they be part of the monarchy's future? Communication between both sides fell apart. Instead of private conversations, there were public statements, media interviews, and legal battles. Each side felt misunderstood, and each side felt they were right. The royal family's response was strategic. Stay composed, say little, and protect the institution. But silence can speak volumes. And for Harry and Meghan, that silence felt like rejection. They moved forward with their own work. They built charities, secured media deals, and worked on shaping their own story. But the distance from the royal family remained, and the emotional toll was clear. The royal family has survived many crises, but this divide feels different. It's not just about tradition or protocol. It's about something much more personal: family, understanding, and respect. The story isn't over, and no one knows how it will end. Would Princess Charlotte follow royal traditions, or would she become the most influential Princess Royal in history? Could the Windsor family mend its deep divisions? Or would Harry and Meghan's departure bring lasting changes to the monarchy's future? Share your thoughts with us in the comments section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also, click the next video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.